at-large member. Just to give you a little background, I've been a PTA president, Franklin chairman. I was president of the county PTA. I've been a classroom teacher. And I continue to serve on numerous boards. I'm on the McLean Project for the Arts. I'm chairman of the board of Country Day School. I work with another county group that deals with the prevention of child abuse. So I continue to be active. I'm also international chairman of CAPES. Here's part of our Kennedy Center people. And CAPES is the high school theater program and journalism program, and I get to spend all of my weekends during the winter with all of our teenagers at their plays in Fairfax County as well as in the city. So I'm involved in a lot of other things in addition to school, and it gives me opportunities to get to know our children and our families from preschool to high school, and it's great. I love it. The good news, and I think at Back to School Night, I had shared with everybody, student achievement is at an all-time high in Fairfax County, and we are obviously very pleased with that. And it is a high across the board. We've had a record of National Merit Scholars. The kids in the middle where most of us are, we're all coming up, and the kids with challenges are coming up. So our teachers are working very hard. Parents, you all are very supportive, and as a community, the quality of our school division continues to rise. We are normally evaluated as within the top 6% of the nation. However, here in the McLean-Langley area, if you wanted to know how the schools line up, Thomas Jefferson is first, then Langley, then McLean. So probably at this end of the county, we're probably in the top 1% or the top point something or another. So your children do extremely well. Your schools do extremely well. I have served as budget chairman for 10 terms during my time on the school board. I have led the school system through 2 recessions. The last was most difficult since the 1930s. We did have to cut almost $500 million to $465 million. We shed 1,400 positions. We cut the pay of 3,200, including my son-in-law. I had to take over his mortgage so he wouldn't lose his house. It was difficult, but we had to do that. What I did not do, we did not cut the curriculum. We did not eliminate band or strings or athletics. We did not cut AAP programs. We did not cut transportation to AAP programs. We did not cut foreign language. We did not reduce elementary foreign language or the immersion program. We did not cut athletics. We did work with parent communities in order to preserve freshman sports and track. There was an agreement to pay fees. We are beginning to roll those back, and hopefully we'll be able to get rid of them all together. So we kept what makes Fairfax, Fairfax, we kept intact. Our central office is at the lowest level in 10 years. Somebody asked me last night, would I take it further down? Yes, we are not an adult employment agency. The only reason for staff or support outside the classroom is what that adds to the classroom. This always sounds callous. If I can put in a computer and take a person out, we put the computer in and take the person out. Whatever we do beyond the classroom has to be justified by what support it gives to the classroom, period. The school board and the board of supervisors, we are jointly working on a project called ERP. It is an enterprise system program. We are evaluating all of our business practices together. We are adopting a totally new system for all of our financial HR practices. It's rolling out now. It will enable us to be able to take more efficiencies as we go forward, probably better customer service, but also more efficiencies and save us money over time. And those of you who are being trained in it, it's hard, right? Are you guys being trained yet in it? Yes. But these are the kinds of things school board, board of supervisors work together to drive down the support costs in order to put money into the classroom where it counts. The other piece, as we went through the recession, your tax bills stayed substantially even. I know the board of supervisors always want me to make sure I tell you that, you know that. So that while we absorbed 13,000 more kids, we increased school-based staffing by 4.5%. We decreased central office by 7.5%. Could I decrease it more? Maybe we can. The school board, Mr. Moon and I have expanded our school board audit committee, put a little more money into that. We do intend to look at some more management audits to see if we can squeeze down some more. We will also be looking more at various audit positions. The one part that I told people last night, We are very thin on maintenance. We may have to do a little more. We've got half the number of maintenance people that we really would require. Also, our buses are aging. We bought no buses, and at some point we have to do that. So, anyway, Monday we had a work session, and we began to lay out our plans for the FY 2013 budget. Mr. Moon and I laid down the marker. Class size reduction is our number one goal for the 2013 budget. And I believe that I can continue to pay teachers, and by the way, as you know, we got a 3.5% pay increase, plus full-day kindergarten. Haycock teachers, do we have any of the Haycock kindergarten teachers? They lobbied us so well over the years. So full-day kindergarten finally came to everybody. Teachers got paid. Pay freeze ended, and the next bite needs to be able to buy back the class size increases that we had to do at the beginning of the recession. And I believe that I will be able to find enough money without disturbing pay, without cutting programs, to be able to address, particularly in the non-Title I schools, those class sizes that are tough to staff and end up being larger than what we would want. That's my goal. And Il Yang, as vice chair, is also my budget chairman. And I believe we will be able to meet that goal. We've already begun to strategize how that's going to work. Obviously, go out, buy a new car if you'd like, do a little shopping. We need to keep the economy at least level. But I think we will be able to make that. Going forward, as we plan for the future, we need to make sure that we are providing 21st century classrooms. And that means we all know we somehow got to get away from the overemphasis on SOLs. I've been down at the state. We all are working. We're lobbying the federal government. We need to get away from standardized tests that tend to narrow the curriculum. We are educating kids today not for what they know, but what they can do with what they know. So we need higher level thinking skills, more problem solving. Affinity learning, by the way, this came as a result of a teacher leadership grant, which then continues on. It's wonderful. This is the kind of stuff that we need more of. Same thing as our robotics teams, our chess clubs, all the other problem-based activities that go on. That's what we need to be able to emphasize and to move forward. I think we also need to break the mold of some of the 100-year-old industrial era things that constrain us in public education. If you have a kid in high school or in middle school, when they tell you, whether or not you've gotten your credit in algebra, it's not only what did you master the material, but did you put in seat time? Now, in your professions, when you are licensed to do something, you aren't licensed because of the amount of time you put in. It's you showed that you could do or you understood whatever you're being licensed in. Now, children need to be in classrooms with teachers, etc. But I think that we can be more flexible. I think we can make better use of our valuable teacher-child FaceTime, better use of online in-class learning, and I think we need flexibility as children work their way through to show not just what they can do, not what they know, but what they can do with what they know. And this would be very disruptive in our educational process, but I think in order to go forward, to be competitive in a global environment, I think we have to think seriously about how we actually manage schools and how we learn. How many of you know about the Khan Academy? Yes. Every place I go, more people. Okay. If you go on the internet, you go to TED, T-E-D, and you Google the Khan Academy, this guy has 2,000 lessons in math. And they're fabulous. And they're free. And a lot of our high school kids are using them as a tutorial. What a great tool. There is an open source physics textbook out there. There are a lot of interesting things, tremendous amounts of information. How do we use them? How do we help kids use it? And then how do the teachers have time to teach the kids to learn? So I'm committed to pushing us forward to what we call 21st century skills, creativity, good communication skills, ability to collaborate among their peers, to be critical thinkers. I also am committed, by the way, to all of our students graduating with 2 languages. And I would like to see us continue to expand foreign language in the elementary school through FLES. I want to maintain immersion. I think the United States is behind in our ability to be dual language communicators and learners. Those of you who are working in companies, international companies at Tyson, who are desperate to have people who can actually speak the language of the people you're doing business I know the federal government, CIA, all of those guys, they are looking for solid dual language learners so that we can communicate better with each other and create our global economies. So I will stop there, give Louise a chance, but I do ask for your vote.